Hello there, welcome to Fulcrum of the Force. I'm Jim, this is my channel dedicated to everything Star Wars. And today we're playing a little bit of a game of what if. What if Anakin wasn't turned into Darth Vader the big machine, but just turned into Darth Vader the man? What would his lightsaber look like? Probably something like this. So let's check it out. That's right, today we are checking out this saber, which I actually bought direct from TXQ. So I haven't bought from a reseller, I bought direct from them. They call it the Knightfall. It's also known as the Annie Ep3 with exposed crystal, or what was it? The Fallen Knight, by someone who claimed that they designed it when they didn't. They just got exclusivity to it for about a month. But that's what they always say. They always say, this is my saber. It's not yours though, is it? You didn't design it, did you? You're just a reseller. Just be honest. I paid my hard-earned money for this beast direct from TXQ. So we're going to have a look at it because it's a lovely boy. And I'm going to give you some ideas about prices because they do range a little bit. But I'll give you a rough estimate of where we're looking at. But first, let's have a look at the saber itself. Now, this is a Anakin Saber, but as you can see, this is all matte black, which makes it very, very different, very nice. This is actually probably the only Anakin Saber I've got. And I decided to go with the matte black and gold look, but look how nice it is. Look how shiny that is. Look at those exposed crystal chambers, which we will see in a minute. We've got Arabesh writing going on around there. I should have probably spent the time to figure out what it said. But there you go. Look, I'll spin it around real slow so you can actually try and figure it out for yourself. This is a 2-button SN4 Pro saber, so it is very, very easy to use. It has all the bells and whistles. I normally put a blade in and then we check it out, but I think we need to just check out these crystals by themselves to start with, so let's do that. So we've got the power on, let's go, check this out. Look at those spinning crystal chambers there. I'm going to get real close with that one. How cool is that? We've got blue and a red. Now, these don't change colour. That's the one thing I will say about it. So if you're sitting there with a green blade, they will still be just blue and red. I think, you know, if it's a difficult one because they're two separate colours, like I think it would be quite difficult to be like, okay, well then just the blue one changes, but the red stays. But I'll be honest, that all by itself is really, really cool. So as I said, this is a 2-button. So you got the top button there, which turns it on and off. And you got the bottom button there, which changes the sound fonts. It's a super easy saber to use. Like, it's one of the easier ones, I would say. But let's put a blade in so we can really get the feel for it. So here we go. That's so cool. It's so cool. This is obviously my demo blade. Like, wherever you buy it from, you'll get you can pick between like 28, 32 or 36-inch blade. This is my demo blade. Easier for like this, essentially. But like I said, super easy. Right? Anakin, red, with the crystals, and the black. That does bits. That feels like what Darth Vader, if he was still a man, would have, you know? Not that Vader isn't a man, but you know what I mean. No bells and whistles, and I don't know if he does have bells and whistles. Maybe some of those buttons be like ding ling 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 ling. When he's like calling Moff Tarkin, he's like cup of tea, ding ling ling ling. The other one's a whistle for when he's like watching a basketball game. I don't know. But this is a very nice saber. Like I said, I bought this direct from TXQ, so I can't tell you all the things that it would come with other places. This came in one of those long boxes with a stand, battery charger, because this is a removable battery. Although I do think it's a very easy one to check out because it's got a super easy removable core. But it does actually have in-hilt charging if you don't want to take the battery out, so you got the USB there. But it does come with a battery charger. It's got the kill key there. This is a slightly smaller battery than normal. So it comes with one of those slidey out battery chargers. I'm explaining that really, really well. And it's super easy to put back together because there's only one way that this goes in. And then that just slides over the top. So just really, really easy, really, really nice. Red, right? Very rare I say sabers should be red, but this one should be. Whew. But because it's 2 buttons, it's blue. That is nice though. Because it's 2 buttons, it's easy to do all these things and to like change colors and things like that. Again, super easy. From what I remember, you just do that until you've got the color you want, and it just stays on that. So it's a very, very easy lightsaber to use at the same time as being super cool with your double crystal spinning chambers. Let's talk price, because this came out from, I think you know what I'm talking about, from a reseller. He's a reseller. No matter what people like to say, no matter how people who are in his circle like to put it and say that he's made this, these are premium, these are TXQ lightsabers, he's a TXQ lightsaber reseller, and anyone that says anything different is just not being truthful. They're just trying to get more free stuff from him. I'm never going to get free stuff from him. I'm totally okay with that because I'm not a fan. I don't like him at all. Now, when you get it from him, you get his fancy red and black box. Whoopee. You get to pick a sound font package from Kyberphonic. Now, Kyberphonic sound fonts are the best. I'm not going to disagree with that. Kyberphonic, incredible. So that is a bonus. I'm not going to say that it's not. And you can pick between prequels, original trilogy, and sequels. And I think there might be another one as well. So that's cool. I will say that that's cool. But there you're running at around £384-ish. That's how much this saber will cost you. I'm going to say it from Theory Sabers, right? That's how much this one costs you. It is the most expensive way to get this saber at the moment. But like I said, it does come with the font package, which you only get the standard TXQ fonts on here. But then with the app, it is super easy to just transfer any fonts you want on here straight to the saber. So I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it is. If I go through some of the prices of them, I keep glancing down here because I've written it all down because my brain is not great. So over at Theory Sabers, it's called the Fallen Knight. Then you've got Super Neo X, who I've reviewed here before. They're sitting at 337, so that's quite a drop down. That's like a 50 quid drop down from there, which is pretty good. You've got N Sabers, who I've also reviewed on the channel before. Both these places call it an Aniep 3 crystal chamber saber. They're at 378, so they're quite up there with Theory. Without the font package. So I would say at the moment, that's probably the most expensive one if you take into account the sound fonts, which I do think is a good deal because the sound fonts, you can go and buy them all yourself. But price wise, I think you're probably getting something a little bit there. However, like I said, I bought this direct from TXQ, and this is where the things start to get a little bit iffy, interesting, however you want to call it. Currently, if you go to TXQ Sabers, they have an official page, an official store on AliExpress. Again, AliExpress, It's whether or not you want to buy through that. It normally says it's selling for $341, which is actually more expensive than Super Neo X. But currently, at time of recording, I will say, it's sitting there for £185, which is about what I actually paid for it. That's a big, 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 big difference to $385. That's £200 difference. Now, that's where things start to get a bit interesting, because you're like, right, okay, so direct, 185. Through a reseller, 385. Is £200 worth the fonts and a fancy box? No. No, it's not. It's no one could argue that it is, ever. A fancy box you're going to throw out. Sound fonts that you can buy collectively way, way cheaper than £200. So this is the thing with a lot of resellers. I mean, it's whether or not you want to buy direct or whether you want to support a company. Now, the thing is, what you do have with companies is you have the customer service there. So if there is a problem, you can go back to them and say, this isn't working. Can you help with this? AliExpress, not so much. It's not as easy to kind of deal with and discuss and sort out any issues. So there is that level of aftercare if you want. Is £200 too much to pay for aftercare? I would argue yes. But that's my opinion. That's just how I feel on it. Picking this up for, let's say, the 185 that it's currently going for is a steal. I would argue that it's a steal for this. I mean, you know, it's a NeoPixel, it's an SN Pixel, so, you know, a NeoPixel Saber with a double spinning crystal reveal, not even a reveal, crystal right there, all up in your grill. 2-button with access to the app, which is super easy to use. I've been using it quite a lot to just have a play with different colors and whatnot. One thing I think the app is missing is when you select colors, it steps through colors, and I wish there was a wheel, because the white is not quite white. It's one of those that leans either towards pink or towards blue too much. And there's no middle ground, and I wish you could have the color wheel, so you could, or even like hex, you know, inputs, so you could actually select the color you want, because there isn't an orange either. There's only select colors. Now, I've never taken the SD card out and played with it that way, like you can do with, obviously, Profi. Profi, you can do anything with it. You can get these in Profi. The price jumps exponentially. But even with XenoPixel, you can, on the app, literally pick whatever color you want, because there's a Cal Kestis on here, and for me, Cal Kestis Saber is orange. And if I want a Balin Skull on here, there's no orange. So there are limitations. There's always going to be limitations. There are always pluses and minuses on everything. I'm going to bring that nice and close now. So I should be able to read this Arabesh. I really should. I've got it tattooed on my knuckles. So I should probably find out what that says. And if I have, by the time I've edited this, find out what it says, I'm going to put it just below me, right here. And so you can see exactly what it says, because I do work before I do these videos. I don't know. Just hit go, and then whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth. But that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed that. Something a bit different. Now, what you will also notice is I've got brown hair. I've normally got grey hair. Now, I decided to dye my hair because I felt like I looked older than I felt. And I feel like I don't feel Santa. I feel Jim. So I was like, I'm just going to dye my hair brown. But I wanted to get this video out because I've had a few people ask me to review this saber. And so I got this video out now But the next few videos, because I batch shoot some videos, most videos I batch shoot. The next video, I'm going to have grey hair again. So that was past Jim before he coloured his hair. You don't actually need to know this. And I'm not sure anyone would even notice. But I thought, yeah, peek behind the curtain, you know. Wizard of Oz. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Anyway, that's it for this video. Until next time, don't forget, we are one with the Force. And the Force is with us.